welcome to a new episode of Perth City Talks. Tonight we're at Maurizio restaurant here in North Perth, the perfect venue to celebrate authentic Italian cuisine. Is the president of the Italian Chamber of Commerce and Industry. Thank you very much for your time tonight.
Laura, thank you. It's a pleasure.
And tell me, what is the origin of the project Hospitality Italiana?
Well, it's really very simple. I don't want to make a big speech because the project was something like 4 or 5 pages, A4, so a long one. But what it is really is the recognition of the restaurants abroad, not in Italy, abroad, which they excel on the Italian cuisine. And that's what it is. That's the essence. We give a plate which they can put outside or inside the restaurant. So everybody that knows that emblem, like the chaîne de rôtissière or places like that, they know already.
How did the Italian food industry receive this project?
Absolutely fantastically. This is the third year, from memory, yes. It is the third year we're doing it. And it's brilliant. There is a lot of backup from the Italian government and from the Italian finance, because it's financed by them. And I tell you, it's the unique, this is one of a very unique project that I've never seen doing with a Chinese cuisine or French cuisine or whatever. And so I'm very pleased about that. We're very proud of that.
What is the process behind to get a seal by a restaurant?
Okay, you have to have a certain qualification. For instance, you have to have an X amount of people within the restaurant, within the premises that they speak Italian. Within the premises they will have Italian wine, a list of Italian wine. Use of the Italian produce that they get imported here in Australia, in our case. And so that is the basic things. And of course, there is quite a lot of competition among the various restaurants, which is fantastic from that point of view.
Marco Mari is the Secretary General of the Italian Chamber of Commerce and Industry. Marco, could you please tell us what is the origin of this project Hospitality Italiana?
The origin comes from probably 15 years ago in Italy. The institution decided to give create this seal, this quality seal, to award restaurant, hotel, and other touristic attraction in Italy for the benefit of the tourists, to recognize the quality around Italy.
And in particular, the Italian food industry, how did they receive this initiative at the very beginning?
It took a while to pick up, I have to say, in Italy, first 3 or 4 years, but then it's becoming quite popular all around Italy. And only a few years ago has been decided by the Italian government to take this initiative abroad through the Italian Chamber of Commerce system. And so this certification is all around the world now.
What is the process behind getting a seal? What do the restaurants have to do?
Basically, the Italian Chamber of Commerce does promote this subscription to this seal. Every restaurant could apply for it, and they have to respect some rules, but the system is quite simple. They have to provide some material, photo, CVs, and different wine list, several materials, and then all this documentation we send it to Italy, where there is a commission that meets every 2 or 3 months, and then they certify the restaurant.
Can the restaurants get more than one seal, similar to the Michelin stars?
From the Italian government, this is the only official seal. Obviously, Michelin star is a different recognition, very, very famous around the world, very, very popular and very, very good. This is just something to recognize Italian quality and tradition.
Well, I don't wanna say that we are competing with Michelin, because that would be ridiculous of me to say that. It has been around for a bloody long time. So that is fine. But yes, you can compare the Italian style of Hospitality Italiana, which is the same of the Michelin. But the Michelin is a little bit more, how shall I say, accomplished. The project as such, worldwide, has been since 1997. So it's a hell of a long time. It's 18 years. But Michelin Guide has been there for a long, much longer. So, having said that, give us the time and it will become as popular as that.
And let's talk about the downside maybe. Can a restaurant lose its seal? What is the follow-up work that you do to maintain the quality standards of these restaurants?
Yes, basically every year, apart from proposing new restaurant and trying to certify a new restaurant, we have to have a review, each restaurant under review with all different characteristics to be able to maintain that seal. If something change, they could possibly lose it.
Mm-hmm. You were talking before that restaurants have to reunite certain conditions to be awarded this precious seal. Can you mention some of those conditions?
Yes, of course. There are 10 principal conditions, and one is for sure the capacity of and the experience of the chef with the Italian cuisine and graduated in Italian cooking, is the utilization of Italian origin product. It is have a certain number of Italian wine in the list. It is to have someone in the restaurant that can relate in Italian to customers. Even the mise en place, the look of the restaurant has to resemble have some Italianity in it, and few others minor conditions.
Maurizio Restaurant was awarded last year with this precious seal, which recognizes the quality and the authenticity of what you cook here, according to the Italian standards. How long did it take you to get this seal, since you thought about it until you got it?
Well, it comes automatically because the passion for quality Italian food is instilled after 32 years in hospitality. And we have also another company where Gusto Italia, we import direct and distribute, but we use mainly ourselves. All those beautiful Italian prosciuttos, San Daniele, the Parma, the Italian mortadellas, the Parmigiano, the Pecorino, the Gorgonzola, all the cheeses and so forth. And then, of course, we transform a lot of the Italian dishes here at Maurizio Restaurant with a great passion and consistency. We believe into good food. It's good for your brain.
And for your heart.
And for your heart, definitely. You feel better, you feel positive, and so we're happy to share this. So it really, it came unexpected, and we're happy to be part of this Hospitality Italiana sort of award. Yes.
Has this been a hard year trying to maintain this standard of quality to keep this seal, or you just have been working?
Honestly, I'm quite lucky because I don't focus on awards. So if they come and they stay, they're welcome. I focus more on the research of the quality of the produce and how to transform the quality food. So it's something that I definitely appreciate, but it's not a point that I don't stress about it.
One of the requirements to get this seal is having skilled and proficient Italian chefs.
That's right.
Is it hard to find them here in the other side of the world?
Look, chefs are impossible. Everybody calls themselves a chef. I'm still a cook after 32 years. There is still a lot of way to go. Chef is a word that there is very few Italian chefs in Australia. There is a lot of cooks and half cooks. So yes, it's the biggest challenge to find quality personnel, both for the fine dining industry like ours, on the floor, bar, and sommeliers, but definitely in the kitchen as a chef. But I'm quite lucky because I find always some good Italians, young chefs, young cook, and sometimes people never done the job before, they got the passion. So we're there to teach them and instill. And next year we're going to do a bit more of that. We're going to create a little Italian academy of cookery to specialize more in.
Do you think that this initiative, Hospitality Italiana, it is important to preserve the authenticity of the Italian cuisine around the world?
Definitely. More of those initiatives, the more the better. You know, we need those initiatives to, as you said, preserve, because as you know, hospitality gets a little bit bad influence by the adventures that try to be in hospitality and just for making money. There is lots and lots of Italian restaurants all over around the world, but very, very few are truly Italian. And Hospitality Italiana gives that little bit of help to distinguish and maintain that genuinity.
When is going to get Lo Zucchero, this precious seal? I know that it is not about quality because Lo Zucchero stands out, but when will you be going for it?
Yes, I'd like to have it today, you know what I mean? We thrive on Italian quality. We have a lot of Italians come from Italy that come visit us as well. Our chefs are Italian, our waiters, we've got senior waiters which are Italian. So as in a flair, we're pretty well up there with everyone else, so yes.
What do you think that is the hardest requirement to get the seal?
I think it's one of those things, like if you are an Italian restaurant, a lot of those requirements are definitely worth doing. Even us with the pizzas, where you get the flour from Italy, the caputa flour, our cheeses, our oil, just you try and follow, you know, the closest as you can to all the products. And we are in Australia, so a lot of stuff we can't get, but a majority of it we can resource it from suppliers.
We will be back with you after a very short break. Stay with us to know which 3 Perth Italian restaurants have been awarded with the seal of Hospitality Italiana here in Perth City Talks. Welcome back to Perth City Talks. We are ready to hear which 3 Italian restaurants in Perth have been awarded with this seal of quality. Tonight we are celebrating the authenticity of Italian cuisine. Do you think that this project, Hospitality Italiana, is relevant to preserve the authenticity of Italian cuisine?
I said absolutely. I think that's very important because it does push Italian operators and Italian chefs primarily to use, good Italian product, because as I said before, we have started domesticating animal and plants, 10,000-12,000 years ago. But, it has reached the perfection, let's put it this way, as it has reached today, thanks to the work that the Italians, have made. And I think that rather than perhaps call it, my book is called Made in Italy, I think that most probably would be more appropriate saying made by Italy than made in Italy.
Look, I think it's important because, look, I've been to Italy and I understand that you want traditions to stay in place. I do the same with my kids, teaching them to make sausages, tomato sauce, even the vino. Look, it's important that if you are an Italian restaurant, you try and keep it as close as possible to the real tradition.
Damiana Martinez is the sous-chef of Modo Mio, which was one restaurant which last year got this precious seal. What was the hardest bit of getting this seal? Finding the Italian chefs, having to cook with just Italian products, adjust the menu to the authenticity of Italian cuisine? Tell us.
It's actually lots of things going on, and you need to be careful with the chefs that you choose, because sometimes you get people that they're not really interested in what they do, so you need to choose the right people to work with, and you need to make sure that the staff works as a team. It's kind of hard as well to try the right produce, because as you know, we have many different things in Australia, but sometimes they are not as great as you were expecting. And it's also hard to get the right delivery, the right stuff. What did you really order in Western Australia? But if you manage to do all of that, you can actually do something good, something great in Perth.
Has this year been particularly hard trying to maintain this standard of quality to keep this pressure seal?
Has been hard, but we actually try to do our best every day. Every year, doesn't matter what it's gonna happen. We try to give to our customer the best. People they go out, they spend money, and they expect an experience. So we try to give this experience that people expect to every single one of them.
One of the requirements to get this seal that you got in Modo Mio is having part of your menu resembling the authentic Italian cuisine. Out of all those authentic Italian dishes, what is the one that you are more proud of?
That's actually one of the hardest questions because we are proud of all our dishes at Modo Mio, but we are actually extremely proud of our pasta that they are all homemade. We make our pasta every day, and we try to give the best of it. We try to use always fresh produce. So I would say all our pasta they are amazing, and our pizza. And as I say, it's hard to say the one that we think is the best because we try to give our best to get everything that we serve, the best of the quality for everything, as I say.
At the moment it's saffron and white truffle. I'm using quite a bit of tonight we're going to taste the ossobuco alla milanese with a saffron risotto, and we went in search and we import direct the best Italian saffron, or the best world saffron from Italy, in L'Aquila, in Navelli, and I was there a month ago and went personally to go and search and understand the background, the quality, and why this beautiful spice is so authentic and so important, and I think we should reevaluate and use it a bit more.
Look, I think pizzas is definitely my most proud possession. One, because we do it at the restaurant, and we also take a pizza trailer and do functions outside. Our food from our kitchen is amazingly taking off considerably. You know, we roast meats, the pork bellies, the ossobuco, lamb shanks, pastas. So look, everything. There's nothing that doesn't sell. Everything sells.
And what can the customers expect when they come to a restaurant which has been awarded with this seal?
They expect to eat very traditional Italian food, tasting Italian product, cooked in a traditional way, and so to feel the entire experience of to be like to be in Italy, basically.
They can expect authentic Italian cuisine made of fresh Italian product that we import generally from Italy, mostly from Italy, and we try to give the best quality from Italy, deliver that to Australia, and serve that to our customer in Australia.
Well, 95%, there will be not the top, but there will be, 95 is maybe, it is fine cuisine. But having said that, the all fine cuisine is the definition that vary, meaning depends which the service they're giving you, which can be, how shall I say, with the white gloves and things like that, and a bit less demanding restaurants, which that doesn't mean that the restaurant is not good. The food is fantastic. It's just a different kind of premises. Having said that, for instance, this one here is fine dining, which is lovely. Maurizio restaurant. There are Perugino restaurant. That's another restaurant which is fine dining, and there are few of our beautiful restaurants here in Perth that have been recognized with that.
We like to present the newly certified restaurant in WA. First, I like to call Simona and Amanda from La Sosta in Fremantle. Thank you. Simona, Amanda, Then I like to call George D'Annunzio of Lo Zucchero in City Beach now. Last but not least, I like to call Fabio Trequattrini from the Three Coins in Inglewood. Thank you, Fabio. Tre quattrini, I mean, you know, now you can understand where the name of the restaurant come from. 3 coins, tre quattrini.
How are you feeling, ladies?
We feel very proud, obviously, and we have working very hard to reach this result. So we are happy and very proud of the work we have done in these few years.
What has been the most challenging requirement to fulfill to get this seal for La Sosta?
Probably the most hard part was let the people know that Italian cuisine is there's a lot of dishes that maybe we want the people to try, not just lasagna or spaghetti bolognese. So it's like present something new, you know, Italian traditional menu, but new.
Congratulations, Giorgio, on your seal of Hospitality Italiana. How are you feeling?
Very good. I've always seen this in other restaurants, and I've always thought, you know, one day it'll be on mine, and beautiful.
This is the day.
This is my day. Yeah.
So what is going to do Lo Zucchero to keep the quality standard of this seal?
Look, I think we're on the right path, and again, it's, you know, it's what the Italian government wants is people to keep the tradition. I'm all for it. My mum's the biggest passion about that, and she's brought us up that way, and that's the way I'll always be. And in actual fact, I'll even get better at it as well as time goes by.
I'm very happy. I'm very grateful to the Italian Chamber of Commerce. I'm very grateful to Australia that gave me this opportunity. I would like to thank all my family because our success is due to all my family, because our business is a real family business. All my family is involved in this activity. I know this is the first step that I achieved in Australia. I'm really very proud of this.
One of the requirements, as I was talking before, was having in your menu authentic Italian dishes. What is the one that you are more proud of?
Oh yes, absolutely the fresh pasta. We make fresh pasta every day. I know that this is a big effort, big expenses, because I have a chef that work for 5 hours per day to make fresh pasta, but we do fresh pasta really in a traditional way, closing by hand, the ravioli one by one. But I think that this is probably our main point of success. Yeah. And then the traditional pizza with the wood-fired oven. I have an Italian pizza chef.
Pizzaiolo?
The pizzaiolo, exactly, the pizzaiolo. We would like to maintain the tradition, giving a little twist of more modernity. Until now, it seems working.
So one single word to describe Italian cuisine, what would it be?
In one word, amazing.
Magnifico.
Buonissimo.
Love.
Fantastic.
The best in the world.
Love.
Italian cuisine is fantasy.
I hope that you got today a better insight of the traditional, authentic Italian cuisine and how important it is, not just for Italians, but for all of us when we want to enjoy a good Italian meal. This is all from us here in Perth City Talks. For more stories, stay tuned next week, same time, same channel.